Hey guys, I'm Stefan Kesting from grapplers.com. This is Rob Bernacki, and I was kind of the midwife recently, allowing Rob's ideas in the BJJ back attacks formula to come into being. So I was honored to help you get your ideas down onto video for that. When we launched that app, we said we would answer questions. So one of the questions was, how do you drill the submissions from the back? One of the sections of the app was drilling, staying on the back, getting to the back, resetting the back when the guy's trying to escape.
Yes.
But the person was saying, is there a similar way that you can drill the submissions to like go from the armbar to the choke, from the choke to another choke? How do you train that to get really good at finishing?
Yeah, absolutely. First off, I would warn you that you're going to find less willing training partners when it comes to this, because flowing from position to position is a lot easier on your body. If I'm going to be drilling how to reliably finish a submission against a resisting higher level of opponent, there's going to be a certain amount of unpleasantness involved. I'm going to be choking you. I'm going to be cranking on your joints. So just be careful with this. But let's start with the principle that we talked about, which is staying behind the defense. Is one of the main principles that we covered in the app. And the idea is just that once you've beaten someone's defense, whether we're talking about the back or whether we're talking about passing the guard and maintaining side control, top control, that sort of thing, as long as I maintain an alignment where you're broken out of either base, posture, or structure, which we covered in the Core Concepts app, which is still to come, as long as I maintain an alignment like that, I'm in a favorable position to attack you. Once your defense is fully set in, even if I am in a dominant position, it's much harder for me to finish you. So the key to submitting someone from, whether it's the back or any place else, is finding the opportunity or creating the opportunity where your alignment is broken, and then either seizing that opportunity or transitioning to other positions where your alignment is broken. So if we start on the back, assuming that I'm starting with a seatbelt here and your defense is in and you're actually like gripping my hands anyway. So somebody who's kind of savvy is generally going to be gripping what we call the killing hand. So in this case, my right hand, which is the arm that's going to choke you. So as I start to work on your collar, or if we were going no gi, try to get to the rear naked choke, you're going to have to do a little bit of pushing, which is going to create a little bit of opening in your structure. So if your elbow stays shut, let's say my arm, if you just let me get my arm back underneath, if your elbow stays shut, I can affect a lot more of an attack. So your elbow's going to start to, you're going to start to push, exactly. So I'm going to start to separate your arm from your body, switch to the Kimura control. Once I switch to the Kimura control, I can angle my hips out and transition into the armbar, which is going to cause you to reach across and grab your own arm. So I'm going to switch back to either a collar grip or a rear naked choke grip. So that would be one example of an attack that I'm using, separating your structure, starting to threaten an attack. As that happens, I'm going to another attack.
So my hands are out here in great armbar defense position, and you're sinking the choke. And
exactly. Now, as I transition to here, if you go back, then I can immediately come back to the armbar and start to finish on that. So that's a sequence that you're going to see pretty reliably. Now, if we go a little bit more, let's start on the strong side. So this is a very similar sequence where you're going to start to defend by grabbing the killing hand. Exactly. I'm going to move away. So you're pushing my arm away. I'm going to go with it, which is expose your elbow. I'm going to grip your tricep, or trap, sorry, not triceps. I got to review my anatomy. I'm going to grip your trap or your gi to keep you off. Move into either the Ezekiel choke or the arm triangle. Anytime you get a defense to an initial choke attack, you want to use it to create separation of structure. If we do that one more time, here, he's grabbing, I allow him to pull away, which creates broken structure. I get lever-based control of his hip, pick him off. I can keep my knee on top, move into an Ezekiel, no-gi Ezekiel, move back into an armbar. When he goes back to defend the armbar, I move back to the choke. So every time I threaten the neck, your hands are going to come in and you're going to start to try to peel one of my hands away. That peeling motion slightly opens your structure. I complete the attack by opening your structure further to go to your arm. As you extend, I go back to your neck.
Very nicely explained. Thank you.